I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Yo, hearts in chat right now, flames in chat right now for all the reactors out there, and in particular Larry 1K who's here with us right now. So, bro, let's make something happen, man. What's the plan? You want to throw me some words?
That's up. I got 3 words. I got 3 words for you, man.
Yes.
3 words.
Yes. What you got, bro?
All right. So my first word, I want to put this word together, but it's Jesus Christ. It's Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. All right. Hell yeah. Yeah.
First word. All right. The second word, we're gonna go with Lucifer.
Lucifer. All right. We got a theme going.
Lucifer.
All right. Yep.
Yes, sir. The last word we're gonna go with is rapture.
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 Which, like, what does that mean exactly? Like, of course, I'm familiar with that word, but like, what is the rapture?
Like, I guess, like, you know, in biblical terms, like when Jesus, because I'm a Christian, when Jesus come back and like bring his people, so like I guess like grab or gather up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, dope. We got this, man. Jesus Christ, Lucifer, and the rapture, y'all. We about to do it. Here we go. You ready?
Let's go. I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Larry 1K is here. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Hey. When they hear him rhyme, they like, he's just nice. Rappers hear me spitting, they be yelling, Jesus Christ. H-Mac never stop, you'll be taking a loss. Rappers got me pissed off, man, they got me so cross. Hey, Mac coming through since my 2nd grade recital. I told you that my rhyme book is something like a Bible. H-Mac, I be taking rappers into churches, recording in the pews while I'm dropping rhyme verses. Yeah, this is biblical, all these rappers miserable. Every time I rhyme, I'm about to paint the visual, doing something different. Here's what I'm saying, rappers dropping to their knees right now and straight praying, like, please Lord above, help bring me love, cause this dude named Mac, well, when push comes to shove, I'm pretty sure he's about to go harder than the rest. Please Lord help me, he's putting me through a test. I don't know if there's a way that I can survive, cause compared to all these rappers, man, he got more drive, plus he got more practice and he got more bars, plus his lyrics like my life right now, cause they hard. Someone help me find a path through this. I don't know what I can do, help me Judas. Mac moving with the movement, y'all know I'ma crush it. I leave you flustered every single time I bust it. Now, listen, I be coming off top with the truest words. I spit the fire and my shit is flaming hot like Lucifer. Yeah, every time I'm rapping, I'ma make you panic. Yo, all my bars sound dark, satanic. Listen, I will excel from the place where I dwell. I'm with Big L right now, recording down in hell. No doubt, y'all know I'ma kick these rhymes. Shout to Big L, repping from the 139. Yeah, now I wouldn't say that myself unless Big L told us he would go there himself. So listen, I'm about to be there with him in the flames. Me and Big L straight spitting off the brain. Now, I do this forever, y'all know I'm hype. I be feeling like Lucifer, my dome got spikes. I got the tail as well and I grip the red trident. I'm stabbing through your heart each and every time I'm rhyming. Yeah, check the way I'm creating, there's no debating. I'm inflating from the heart while I'm spitting it hot as Satan. No contemplating or deliberation is necessary. They hear the voice for 1 second, they say yes, it's Harry. Very much so, breathing flames like a dragon. I'm a fucking demon, got you screaming screaming while you lagging behind, cause there ain't another rapper who can flex like this. Ah, my bad, shit, that was The Exorcist. I'm flipping out. Harry Mack, y'all know I'm about to rip freeze. I got your head spinning out 360. Yeah, I'm here right now, they all aware. I'm twisted up and mangled while I'm crawling up the stairs. Yo, I'm spitting through the static, it's a habit. Boom, boom, there's some sounds in the attic. Yo, I come through with the fatness, I rap sick. I heard in a church in Tennessee they got a mattress. True story. Hey yo, y'all know I'ma burn it down. H-Mac, yo, I got it, I won't return the crown. I'm here for all my people, y'all know I'm a master. Coming off the top and causing a natural disaster. I was in the church just recording with the pastor. Yeah, I be rhyming so fast, bro, I move past ya. Yeah, and you know I'm the real deal, not an actor. They all up in the game, but they not even a factor. Treat it like Smash Bros, Mac flows smack ya. I'm about to gather my fans, it's the rapture. Harry Mack causing disaster like Katrina. Told you off the top I be flowing like Aquafina. I'm fancy like in a Beamer, but I don't have a car. All I do is ride a bike while I'm spitting these bars. Feel like J. Cole cycling through New York. I be smoking microphones just like some Newports. Now listen, I'ma let them all better witness. For me this music shit is religious. Yeah, and I'm slaying them all. Hey, rappers hit their knees, got them praying to God. Let's go, I told you I'ma let you better witness. Yo, for me this music shit is religious. Yeah, I'm the one you might see twice. I got rappers yelling, screaming out, Jesus Christ. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh my God. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God, bro. Yo. That's off the top. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. Yo.
Thank you, man.
Bro, how do you do it? How do you do it though? Like, how?
Yo, I
Yo, gadgets, sorry I was a bit late. I fell asleep, I drifted off. Just as I was getting ready to go, I drifted off. I even blooming set my alarm. How come I didn't wake me up? So I drifted. No, my alarm got me up. Sorry, my alarm got me up and then drifted off. Idiot. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Are we still here? Are we still here? Is anybody in the chat still? It says there's 8 people watching. Somebody said hello. Someone say hello in the chat. Hello. Don't know if people are still here. It says there's 8 watching, but yeah, there it is. You got Badger there, Matthew there. I wasn't sure because nobody typed anything after I had. Good to see you, Gadgets. Good to see you. Yeah, just a quick one on YouTube. We've got a 20-odd minute video. It's just of the Sean Ryan clips. He's got a dude in there that's got his own channel, and he talks about like conspiracies and that, but he usually says they're debunked. But you'll know who I'm talking about when you see it. I don't know the guy's name. I can't remember the name of his channel, but he usually sits there with a goldfish, a real goldfish, but you can hear that having a voice. I can't remember the name of his channel. But anyway, he's in it on the Sean Ryan clips. So talking about secrets of the Vatican. I nearly had to change the name, PJ. Service obedience. You nearly had to change your name from service. You nearly had to change your service obedience slumber. Nice. Yeah, well, so I don't get sleep other times. Sometimes I drift off at weird times. It's been a full one since last night's stream, and then I was on Rogers, and then I managed to do mine this afternoon, and then then Rogers again, then Flats's, then this one. So it's been a long one. Right, Gadgies. So we do one of Jim's observations. Let's do that because he put a new one up. Obviously, always after my first stream. So I guarantee he's got a new one up. Yes, he has. I thought so. He's got 2 new ones up. Let's do them. Let's do them first. Right, so first one, let's do the little one first. What is it? What is it not? Oh, wow. This looks like stars through the trees. I don't know. What is it? What is it not? Take a guess. It looks like zooming in stars with trees. I don't know. Oh, let's try it with the sound on this time. One more time for that one. Oh, I don't know. It looks like lights through a tree of some sort. What the heck is this? Jungle Spider-Man. Great. Nice one, Jim. I'm not sure on that one. Right, and another kitty cat one. 5 minutes. Let's party time. Let's have a look at this. How he's getting on with the kitty cats. A little bit. Party time, party time.
I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe. I feel so alive. I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe. Big bass, that's what the heart is. I'm only here for the party. The sound, the vibe. I'm only here for the party. The sound, the vibe, big bass, that's what the heart is. I'm only here for the party. I'm only here for the party. I'm only here for the party. The sound, the vibe, big bass, that's what the heart is.
I'm only here for the party. Party time. All the fucking stuff.
I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe. I feel so alive. I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe. Big bass, that's what the heart is. I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe. I feel so alive. I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe. Big bass, that's what the heart is. I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe. I feel so alive. I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe. Big bass, that's what the heart is.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro.
That's what the heart is.
That's still gone. Oh, yes. Another part. Absolutely. Nice one, Jim. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But you know, I don't remember placing a like it. Likey, sorry, didn't place likes on him. And like again. Excellent. Right. Link. How much are we on now, Jim? 416. Yeah, sometimes it slows down, man. It hovers around the same numbers for a while sometimes. Pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. But. Oh, I am square. I am a rectangle. There's the link for anybody watching the chat replay for Jim. There we go. Oh, link if anybody wants to come in. Wow, Peach. Keep forgetting that. Usually I have the link. I used to have the link in the chat before I even started the stream. Once upon a time. There's a link just in case anybody wants to come in. We're not going to be too long in YouTube. I only came on I don't usually do Monday nights. Usually Monday's my day off. And I've been on this afternoon already. So this is twice on a Monday when the Monday is meant to be a day off. Yeah, so it's mainly about the film tonight, just to watch Jacob's Ladder. But we've got a topic anyway. It'll be about 20 minutes. 20 odd minutes. Let's get that up. Let's do it. Links there if anybody wants to come in. Let's do it. Right, private chat. Click that up. Ready to go. Play again. Matthew Eastman in the house. How you doing, East man?
What's up, dude?
From the
Just
East.
hanging out. It looked like you had an interesting little topic.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to be said on it. I just thought it looks good. Like, you know, Sean Ryan clips are usually okay. So why not have a look at it? Yeah.
Let's do it, man.
Why not? And then we've got a movie, the old 1990 Jacob's Ladder on the Rumble side.
Oh, wow. I've never seen it.
Never seen it? Oh, it's mad. It's trippy. It's mad. It's about the Vietnam War, what the government were doing to the soldiers in the Vietnam War.
Oh,
It's trippy. It's cool. It's cool. Good. It's a good film. They made a new version of it. Jacob's Ladder. Doesn't compare to the old Tim Robbins one from 1990. You know, Tim Robbins from Shawshank Redemption. He's your main man in it. He's your main man.
all right.
Eastman kinda who's. What's up? Nice one, bro. I was going to say, I'm reading it out, Baz, and then you got rid of it. Oh, nice. Wait, see, Baz, I put something else, and I think you meant to spell something differently.
What's up, Baza?
In the house. Baz in the house. Baz is always in the house. Yeah, I'm glad you guys waited, man, because honestly, I was ready because I'd already turned the computer on. I was ready just to go. And then all of a sudden, it was like, what? I woke up and it was like 15 minutes. I was meant to start 15 minutes ago. I was like, what? I was ready to go.
Roger did that the other night. He set a timer and he just slept through the whole thing.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. If I haven't done that yet, where I've set a stream and haven't turned up at all. You know, I haven't. I've either put a message and changed the time. I just haven't. I haven't had a stream where I just haven't turned up. I can't. Not that I can remember anyway.
I got another question for you, PJ.
Yeah.
Lauren, what's that word?
What word?
What's a Herkel-Durkel?
A Herkel-Durkel. Never heard of it.
He's never heard of it.
Never heard of a Herkel-Durkel. Why?
So allegedly, it was on Facebook. It was like was it a party or something, or something the Scottish say for people playing around?
Herkel-Durkel. Never heard of it. The Herkel-Durkel hat. Like a Herkel-Durkel hat. There's a Herkel-Durkel song. What's Herkel-Durkel meaning? Herkel-Durkel is a 19th century Scottish term meaning to lounge in the bed or intentionally stay under the covers long and into the. All right, okay. Never heard of that. It must be old because I've never heard of it. It's weird. So it just depends what part of Scotland you're from. This could be like southern Scotland, like Glaswegians or something, but I don't know. It might be Highlanders. Genuine 19th century Scots phrases. Yeah, but we're in Scotland. There's lots of different dialects in Scotland, dialect accents, and dialects. My dialect was Doric. You've got Gaelic as well, Gaelic sort of thing. So I've never heard of that one, Herkel-Durkel. It certainly sounds Scottish though, but I just hadn't heard of that one because I would go like it would go with when you have someone. Like when you're a kid or whatever, and you sleep in your bed, but then you have your mate round to stay, but there's no bed for him, but you make one on the floor made out of cushions and blankets or a little mattress or whatever, right? So a little make-up bed on the floor we call a shacky doon. A shacky
doon. Okay.
Shacky doon meaning like shake it up and put it down. Shacky doon. It's just like a made-up bed on the floor. Shacky doon. So Herkel-Durkel seems to go well with that. Hiding yourself under the covers. You're not coming up because
you're having a Herkel-Durkel in the shacky do.
Herkel-Durkel in the shacky do. Aye. Nice. I like it. Love it. That's one I hadn't heard of.
Cool.
One I hadn't heard of.
Yeah, I got to run all my little Scottish terms that I come across from time to time by you, just to see if they check out.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But there's, like I say, sometimes there's parts of Scotland that have certain words, and that another part of Scotland may not have had.
Right.
Just region south of Scotland, they've got a strong accent, but when it comes to words, they haven't got like mad words like we have up in the in northern Scotland. Their words just sound a bit more anglicised, but with deep Scottish accents. You know what I mean? So here we go.
So let me ask you this: are the Scots Anglos or no?
I would dare say there's some of the Scots are Anglicised, but in general, no. Not. I mean, nowadays, yes, some of the Scots would be, but no, not up in Scotland. No, no, it was more like the Gaels and the Norse that took over Scotland. You know what I mean? The Romans were there at one point, but fought them off. But no, the Anglicised Saxon is more England, south of the border sort of thing, where Scotland kind of went from Picts to people that spoke Gaelic, and then people that didn't in different dialects. Came from the Gaels and Norway, the Vikings and stuff. That's who came into Scotland. But I dare say there's an impression of Anglicized Scots there. I dare say there's a bit of it. But in general, no, that was England.
Gotcha. The more you know.
Yes, it was the Gaels who are the Irish that took over Scotland and not took over, but inhabited, and also the Vikings. Just across the water from me is Norway. Not here, but where I'm from in Scotland, because I'm in Coventry. I need to go back to Scotland. I haven't been there since 2011, so I'm going back soon. I need to. Right. The Vatican secrets that could change history, right? Sean Ryan clips. Now, sometimes these clips are pretty good, so let's do it. What is it on? Is it from Sean Ryan's channel? I'm getting it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. And I am subscribed. Cool, cool. Okay. I didn't know if I was or not. Right, let's do it.
Smithsonian hides evidence of giants.
The story is always the same. This guy's digging and finds these giant
Guy
bones.
here, he interviews people, didn't he? This guy here has got his own YouTube channel. Can't remember what it's called. He has gold. It's quite comedic. He talks about conspiracies and that, but some of that, like, he'd believe in the moon landing and stuff, guaranteed. But he talks about conspiracies and all that. He has a little goldfish at the side of him, but the goldfish talks. You know, I don't know if you know him or seen him before, but he's got his own channel. In fact, let me check the description, because the description might have his channel in there. He hasn't let his, or is it here? Is that him? No. I was just.
So are you saying the Smithsonian hide?
Sorry, I was just looking at the description to see if he'd left the guy's description in there, or his thing. Interesting mythology myths about the Bible. You know, Sean Ryan. No, he hasn't put his, or has he? Join the community. No, it's all his own stuff. Do. Yeah, he hasn't put his link in. Hold on. No, he hasn't put the other guy's link in. Can't remember it, but every now and again, this guy on the left, his clips, so you know, his videos get shown on my, come up on my feed anyway. Don't know if you know him. He has a goldfish by his side, but you know, whatever. He talks about conspiracies on his own channel and stuff like that, and he kind of gives that information to say whether they're valid or debunked. But there's lots of things that have come up debunked on his channel that are definitely valid. You know, probably a gatekeeper, but funny. Anyway, see what he's saying.
Hides evidence of giants.
The story is always the same. This guy's digging and finds these giant bones, calls the Smithsonian. They come over, they investigate, they take the bones, they go back, and then it disappears. Much later,
That's true. That's very true. We'd certainly know those giants, even scriptural. And like you said, the Smith, they hide it all, don't they? They hide it all. Yeah.
Seems to be a lot of evidence. People claiming that that's true.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Like you can, you know, they've got a lot of sway, haven't they, the Smithsonians? But yeah, it seems that they're hiding a lot of stuff.
These scrolls are found, and then among the thousands of parchment, there's the Book of Enoch. That title sounds cute until you read it and you realize he's talking about really Adam and Eve. The CIA was so interested in the Book of Adam and Eve is because it describes the end of the world.
Let's dive into the giants.
Giants are fun, and where do you want to start? The beginning?
Yeah.
Giants are in every culture's history. Every culture's got giants mentioned.
Maybe because there was giants, but even our Bible mentions giants because, you know, God created everything, and then out of that came corruption. Out of that came corruption when the watchers came down, you know, mingled themselves with the women and made hybrids called Nephilim. And then from there, after they went, and there were giants then from them, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Was it Genesis chapter 3? And then the sons of God took the daughters of men.
Yeah, sons of God saw the daughters of men they were beautiful and wanted to know them.
Yeah.
And then the old way of talking, knowing means knowing.
Oh, yeah, in the biblical sense.
Yes, in the biblical sense. What did Bible say there? Well, Book of Adam and Eve is not a Book of Enoch, but okay, move on. Yeah, of course. I think they're just kind of mixing it all together.
Ancient Indian Vedas, Native Americans, island of Malta, East Asian. Every culture has giants, and the Bible, of course,
Absolutely.
Epic of Gilgamesh. So giants show up all through our culture. And whenever I see that, a lot of what I do is just pattern recognition. Like I wasn't even really a flood myth guy until I started doing my show. And it's like this flood story keeps showing up over and over, no matter what I'm talking about. The flood
Yeah.
myths.
And that little, hold on, that little fish you got next to him, that's like a teddy version of the fish he has on his YouTube channel, on his videos.
I've never seen it, but
Yeah, I mean, maybe say what it's called here. I can't remember, but now we've watched this, I guarantee one of his videos will pop up. They used to pop up all the time, but they don't since I'm watching different content, I suppose. Well, it's kind of, it goes from the content I watch, right? And then I fall asleep, and then YouTube just keep playing videos while I sleep, and it ends up when I wake up. Nothing to do with the video I'm watching is nothing to do with the video I fell asleep, It's gone from a topic that I was watching right to something that I would never watch. So then your homepage comes up with crap that you don't watch,
man, I saw an interesting idea that I've never seen before in one of these YouTube videos. It was about this Chinese guy. He back in the 1200s.
Okay.
He designed a pond, right? He had like 3 different kinds of carp in it with some ducks and stuff.
Right.
And this pond like self rejuvenated itself, right? It was like a closed ecosystem, and it just like 350 pounds of food every year.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's nuts, isn't it?
Great idea.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Definitely. I mean, there are some good ideas, even like when it comes to hacks. Some of the hacks are just stupid, just for entertainment purposes. And the stupid ones, yeah, the hacks will work, but there's no point in them when, I don't know, you make some kind of machine that will get a piece of crumb off you when you can just, you know what I mean? That type of thing.
Yeah.
Madness.
This flood story keeps showing up over and over, no matter what I'm talking about. The flood myth shows up, and it's always showing up at the same time as like the end of the Younger Dryas, like these things. It's just the same pattern over and over. Maybe it's a coincidence, but if one culture has a story about a flood, then they have a story. If 2 cultures have it, it could be a coincidence. But if you get 40 or 300,
that's maybe because the main story, Noah's flood, is scriptural and truth, and the whole world was covered, the whole world. So it's bound to go into other cultures because the whole world was covered. So it'll just get passed down through generations, and then they'll all make up their own story of a flood, because it was in history. But the Bible has the truth, and it explains the flood completely. Noah's flood. It gives measurements for the ark. Do you get any of that in any of the other stories about the floods? I bet you don't. Specific measurements, how many animals, all the stuff you had to use. You don't get any of that with the other stories.
Right. But the same reoccurring themes over and over again.
Right. Yeah, like he says, patterns.
Yeah.
Then maybe there's something to it. Maybe it really happened. So I'm pretty sure that flood happened. Now, as for giants is tricky because we don't have any hard evidence, but we have a lot of circumstantial evidence where the most recent.
Oh, yeah, there's hard evidence. They just hide it. They find something, it leaks out, they hide it, and then say, no, that stuff it was leaked fake. Now, some of it is, obviously. You can see it. Some of it's fake. It's like a normal bone, and then someone's sat next to it brushing away at the bone, but they've just reduced the person in size. Oh, I made the bone bigger in size, that type of thing. So you get that. Absolutely do get that. But it comes from a real source in the first place because it's been leaked. And then they cover it up, obviously. But, You believe Bible, you believe scripture, then you have to believe in giants. You have to believe in giants.
Would probably be late 19th century, early 20th, where you just had these discoveries all over America, over 1,000 of them, of these amateur archaeologists finding giant bones. And the story is always the same. Is this guy's, he's digging and he's like desecrating a Native American burial mound, finds these giant bones, calls the Smithsonian. They come over, they investigate, they take the bones, they go back, and then it disappears. Like that happens over and over through these stories. Is the Smithsonian conspiracies always involved?
No,
but
I would say it's truth, not just conspiracy.
So, are you saying the Smithsonian hides evidence of giants?
Yes, I'm saying it.
I'm saying that the conspiracy theory is that the Smithsonian hides evidence of a lot of things.
Not just giants, yeah. Evidence of lots of things.
The Smithsonian, of which I'm a huge fan of. Like if I go to DC, I spend 4 days there. I love the museum part. But what we don't see is we don't see the kind of the dark underside of the Smithsonian. Like when it was formed.
Like the Vatican.
The Vatican. We can talk about that too. The Smithsonian, I think the first director might have been John Wesley Powell. I could be fact checked on that. Who was he spent a lot of time with Native Americans. He respected them. He saw them as very intelligent and resourceful. So they were well represented.
But the Smithsonian is gay as a
Gay.
Yeah, I agree, bro. They hide everything.
In the Smithsonian, but then
like I say, this guy's channel, he goes on about conspiracies, but most of them he says is debunked. Like if someone gave him the moon landing stuff, he would go through all of the reasons why people think it's debunked and all that. He would show you, look, it looks like it's debunked, but in the end, he would turn around and say, but no, it's not. This is why that. This is why. He would turn around and tell you the moon landings are real, guaranteed. This guy, there is some of the stuff he sticks with and says, but yeah, that's true. But in general, all this kind of mad stuff that we believe that we know is true, right? He'll go into, but say that people believe all this, but then kind of say it's debunked because this, because of that, it's debunked because of this, just mainstream stuff, sort of thing. So he goes into these things, but in general, he says that they're debunked and all that,
Gay.
Yeah, it seems like if he'd gone into 9/11 or JFK, he would have gone with the mainstream narrative. He would tell you all the conspiracies about it, what people are saying, what people are saying are true as well. But then he'll turn around and say, "But yeah, that's not true. It really was Lee Harvey Oswald, and it really was the what you call it, his Muslims that knocked over the towers." Knocked him over. He'd go with the mainstream.
He sounds controlled opposition.
Sorry, say it again.
Sounds like controlled opposition.
I would say, yeah. When you see, if I could remember his channel, I would go to it and show you, and you'd see by his videos, they're pretty cool. They're well-made videos. Information is good, but yeah, I would say it's controlled up. Absolutely.
I forget the gentleman's name, but he was like the chief ethnographer for the East Ohio or something like that, some crazy title.
Mazda doesn't like the Smithsonians. Smithsonians just suck. NASA knob by using the same props to open a tourist trap of gay fakeness. There you go. Absolutely. Hey, pushing buttons. How you doing, man? Good to see you. I agree with you, Mazda. Nice. I had a mad stream earlier about what was it? What was it again? Well, I was going up my head what my stream was earlier, but it was a mad stream. Oh yeah, Case Against Christ. Historians, about a historian saying that they come to the conclusion that Jesus Christ didn't exist. Here's the case against Christ. So I did a video like that, and it was so full of crap. It was giving you like half scriptures. Paul said this. It's a waste of time to be I don't know, preaching our faith. When Paul said no, says if Christ didn't die, if he wasn't risen again, that type of thing. If there was no resurrection, our faith, if it wasn't for Christ, our faith would be in vain, sort of thing. And like I say, it messed up like the first part of the scripture that I was paraphrasing, obviously. It was yes. So they messed they didn't even like it wasn't even like it was just read out of context. The actual verse itself wasn't the full verse. It missed out the first part. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. Gnostic.
Yes. Very much so.
And he gets into a position of power, and it turns out that he sees Native cultures as Native Americans as not as subhuman. He called them specimens. He would put like their body parts on display and stuff. Look at these Native American specimens. So there'd be all these discoveries of these amazing mounds, like the Serpent Mound in Ohio, and all this stuff all around the country. And the Smithsonian would say there must have been another advanced race here, because Native Americans are just they're savages. They couldn't never build this.
Well, there might be something to that.
And that became kind of embedded in the Smithsonian for a long, long time. Is this isolationist theory is what they called it, where before it was called diffusionism, where diffusionism was cultures from all around the world interacted. But then the new regime came in and said there's no way that Native Americans from the Mississippian culture could interact with the Mayas or the Incas. They were too savage to do that, which is ridiculous. That's like, saying that Carthage didn't have anything to do with Rome. Of course they did. And we've learned later.
Yeah, I mean, too savage to do so. They couldn't have interacted with each other because they were too savage to do so. That's silly. Yes, I mean, the people might be savage, but you don't think that they interacted at any time. It's mad to say.
Yeah, well, it's even seafaring and what they want us to believe about people's ability to navigate the oceans. That has existed since Noah's time.
Yes. Yeah. These people were sailing, right? Yeah. Not that Noah was going anywhere in particular, but you know what I mean. Yes, I get it.
Dude, people are people, and wherever we find the remnants of people, you can be assured that they had politics, they buried their dead, and they had art.
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
People are people, bro. Like they've been saying since,
like you said at the start, patterns. There's patterns throughout history, without a doubt. Like you just said, that people record what they do, what's happened somehow. In a society, some people might not be interested in recording. Forget that. There are people within that society that will want to record it, without a doubt, all over. That's how we know about these things from the past, because people recorded it. People didn't record it. Would we know about Christ right now? It would have been less prominent, if people hadn't written about Christ. We probably wouldn't know about Christ so much. And there is word of mouth, obviously passed down through generations, but also to be written is a good backup.
Sure.
That
even the story
some
about
of the biggest, most advanced cities.
Sorry, go for it.
No, even when they talk about the language, it's all a lie. The Smithsonian will tell you that like language was invented one day. Dude, it's bullshit.
Of course, we know where languages come from. There was one language at one point. People got proud and all that, started building, and then God was like, "Yeah, man, no, not happening. Scatter, scatter, scatter. Off you go." You know what I mean? Confound your languages. That's your punishment. That's your discipline. Go work it out.
These in the world.
Sorry, you were going to say something.
I was gonna try to be funny, but
Just do it. Do it. It'd be funny.
didn't feel. I was just gonna talk about the original language. It had to be the language of the birds, you know. Kukukai.
Hey, good guy. Wait. Woo, 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 woo. Go. Good guy. Could be. Or is it tweet, tweet?
Chaka 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 cha.
Love it.
of the ancient world were here in America. Like the city of Cahokia
Cahokia.
was a Mississippian culture. And it was bigger than London. It was bigger than Paris. It was like a big advanced civilization that just got kind of covered over.
That happens too.
And so the Smithsonian just sort of had this worldview that they're just locked into it. And I think we see a lot of that with pseudoscience, pseudo-archaeology. If it doesn't fit the mainstream narrative, then it's your margin.
Yes, we know about that. We know about that.
Yeah.
But I think you're just as mainstream as the rest of it with some of your conclusions.
That's strange.
And see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's weird. But yet, there's no way, like, he will say that the moon landings ain't fit, that are fake. He'll say they're real.
You're censored. You know, again, Graham Hancock, when Ancient Apocalypse came out, it was called the most dangerous series on Netflix because it was white supremacy and all this crazy stuff.
White supremacy.
Because if it's an advanced civilization that was here before us, the implication is that it was white. When he never says anything like that. He never says anything like that. He's married to a woman of color. So it's infuriating. Because he took a lot of heat for that show. Because
I love that show.
Of course. And you don't have to believe all of it. And I don't subscribe to everything he does, but I'm fascinated by the topics. And we can get back to giants in a second. I'm just trying to set up that there are forces that want to keep certain things away from us.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
There's an initiative right now to have the Smithsonian catalog and make public everything they have there, which I don't think is going anywhere.
I mean, maybe he's legit and just doesn't believe some of the conspiracies. I don't know. Not that the conspiracies. Like if he talked about flat Earth, he'd probably say flat Earth, conspiracy or theory. When it's neither. When it's just what we experience, what we see, what is measured.
Anywhere. The Smithsonian gets very strange carve-outs of laws. There was a law passed not too long ago which required all museums to return anything that was of value to Native American cultures back to the tribes, especially if it was funeral, anything that have to do like funeral, whatever it's called, death rights or whatever, to return all that stuff. So this law is passed. The museums have to do all that, but specifically, it says in line after line, Smithsonian is exempt. Smithsonian doesn't count. Smithsonian doesn't have to do any of this. So they don't have to respond to any of it. So then we go back to Grand Canyon or the Giants, and we don't really know.
I know that the Grand Canyon was made. I know.
Tell me, PJ, how was
I was done with them, like that. When you get a bottle of water and then you put it on the ground, and you make a little trickle, and you see a little stream going down there, and then all the little dirt it sees on the way past, it kind of moves to the side and all that. Well, if you double that, and then you triple that, and then you continue timing that by a very, 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 very big amount, then you end up with a flood. A massive worldly flood that someone set into motion, like God, when he opened up the windows and let the fountains come forth from the ground. I think it was to do with the flood.
Yeah, a catastrophe. And I don't know. I remember when I stopped viewing the world like the school system told you to, like Unitarianism. Right? But really, like the history that we have is full of catastrophe. And then you had events like Mount St. Helen in the 80s, right? That blew off the top. It changed the whole landscape, and you had like a of a picture there, like really right in front of you that happened, was witnessed live, you know, that,
Absolutely. Tsunamis, things like that.
yeah, through catastrophe. Like if we went there today, we wouldn't realize that it had erupted in 82 or whatever.
No.
You know what I mean? We would think, oh man, it took forever for this to form.
Yeah.
When really just a catastrophe could cause the Grand Canyon.
That's it. So why couldn't a worldly flood that covered absolutely every physical thing in the world, you know, from as far as the east is from the west, as far as the north is from the south, it covered it all of it. You know, nothing was left to see except sea and sky and the color of your boat and the animals. That's it. For a year.
Well, I tell you what, this guy sounds pretty good right now. It seems like you're poisoning the well on this fella.
Yeah, no, I know. I did say that. I did say that. That
You're weird.
possibly.
You're weirdo.
Yeah, I did say that maybe he is legit, but actually believes in the moon landings and stuff like that.
Right.
But you know, I don't know. I
I'll
mean,
just-
I do like it. I do like his videos when they come up. I don't think I'm sub to him, but every now and again they used to come up in mine, but they don't anymore. And I can't remember the name of his channel. And this guy, Sean, hasn't put it in his description, so I don't know. I'm sure they'll start coming up now. I've watched this though, you know.
Hard to know what's true because there's over 1,000 reports in newspapers of these findings. But the mainstream narrative is it was giants were cool at the time, and it was hoaxes, and it was just to make money. But it's just too many coincidences.
Right.
And there's one giant story that's interesting, that because it overlaps several cultures, native cultures, where you've got in like the Mississippi Valley, they have these Indian myths about these giants that they're cannibals. So they're eating the people, and they get driven west by the tribes. They unite and drive them west into like Nevada and California, and they end up at what's known as Lovelock Cave. And the Lovelock Cave giants are famous giants. They're the red-haired giants. So the story goes that they're at war with all these tribes, and during the war, when the natives are falling, they're like eating them in the battlefield. So it unites the tribes, and they drive them into Lovelock Cave, and they seal the cave, and they set fire to the whole place. And an archaeologist goes in there and finds
Hey, Jono.
sandals that are like.
Jono in the Who. Sorry, I was looking on the other side. I'm looking to see if I can find his channel just by typing in conspiracy theories. But you know, I just can't remember the name of his channel.
I'll find it.
How will you know?
Because I'll go to this. I watched the other guy.
Right. So, but he hasn't put the link in or anything. All right, hold on. No, that's the full one. AJ, right? His name AJ Gentile inside the biggest conspiracy. So his name's AJ Gentile. Is that his name? Right. Let's try that. AJ Gentile.
Ying Kong Jamet.
AJ Gentile. Just hopefully, but yes, that's it. The Y files. That's it. Found it. The Y files. The Y files. Right. I'll just show you. Right. Him and his. Right. Now we've found it. This is his channel here. The Y files. Here it is.
The Y files.
Like right. And there's his goldfish there. Look at the right hand side of him. Right. We'll just watch his little intro here. Look. Right. Will it not come up if I play it? Oh, it just plays in here. Right. Okay. Let's just quickly show one of his videos then. So yeah, it's the Y files. No, I wasn't subbed, but he's got 5.6 million subs. Just so you know. See, look, all the alien stuff, all the Egyptology stuff, human hybrids, all that kind of stuff, Hitler stuff. Let's see if we can see anything kind of related. He does all this mad stuff. See the Y files, right? There's
Cool.
his goldfish.
A coast
That's
to
a
coast.
member.
Oh, you probably don't know what the coast to coast radio program was, PJ, in the United States.
No idea.
It was like an AM radio station. They covered all types of topics like this late at night.
Okay. No, I didn't know that. Did not know that. So I would say, right. Well, he's obviously not a flat earther. But when was his last? Right. So 2 days ago, 4 days ago, 9 days ago, 11 days ago. So he still regularly uploads 5 or something a million. I mean, look,
He's
I'll
busy.
right. Project Pegasus, Child Time Soldiers, Mars, the Planet of Secrets. So he still believes in space.
Right.
The ancient wisdom of Atlantis. Is the internet a lie? Yes, it is. Yes. Right, I'll just click something. So, oh no, it's a small one. Right, let's just click the top one here so you can see what his streams.
This episode of the Y Files is brought to you by PDS Debt. You called, and if you got through, you were live, talking to millions of people who would never know your name.
Where's the fish?
Most Area 51 callers were
Hold on, you usually have
1997. 4 years before that date would mean something else entirely. You can fake a script. They arrived at a phone booth.
Oh, hold on a minute. Let's just fish.
The tree branch as hard as he could.
I'm not having
Solid.
this.
What are you
He's doing
talking?
it. Well, he's doing it. He's doing videos without his fish now. He can't be doing that.
It's a Mandela effect. Not everyone remembers a fish, PJ.
Hold on. Right, homepage. Right, on the homepage, we'll show you the little video here. Not that it comes up big. You can't get it to go big, can you? No. Oh, you can. Just do that. Right, this is his homepage video.
7 million years ago,
There you go.
a chimpanzee.
That's what I'm used to, seeing it like that. The tinfoil hat on top of the fishbowl. And then the fish talks to him. Watch. Let's get
That's pretty sharp.
Hecklefish, that's his name. Watch.
Oh.
The fish talks to
He
him.
stood up on
Watch.
its hind legs, and a new species of hominin emerged. Over the next few million years, hominins evolved. They were still ape-like in appearance, but these were not apes. Their brains grew larger.
They evolved. If he believes stuff like this, then he's mad.
He's a moron. If you believe.
Exactly. Right, I want to see the fish talking. Why is the fish not talking?
Ancient Indian myths, Native American legends, even the Bible. They all tell the same story. It's the story of gods and men. It's the story of the Anunnaki.
Why is this fish not talking anymore?
Is called the cradle of civilizations, but those are small gathering. Civilization of Sumer thrived.
Hecklefish, why ain't you talking?
Gigi were defeated, they were enslaved. They've served the Anunnaki.
Right, let's go to his older ones. Watch this. Right, videos. Why can't we not just what? Here. Later, right, latest, right, okay. Wow, he's got so many choices here. Oldest, let's go. Oldest, 5 years ago. So he's only 5 years old. 5 years old, and he got 5 million. Hey, Basil, look, you're sitting there in the corner. Right, you should, in one of these, you should see his fish talking. Let's go there.
Metric versus imperial is a YouTube minefield. If we do our videos in metric only, we get trolled by American bros. Meters are for the weak. And if we do our videos in imperial units only, we get trolled by everyone else. So on behalf of all Americans, I'm here to tell you it's not our fault that we haven't fully adopted the metric system. If you want to blame someone, you got to blame pirates.
Let's find out why.
Yeah! There you go.
Thank God for
I
that.
told you the fish. I told you the fishy spoke. Right, guys, there's his link if you want it. I'll stick his link in, but he's got 5 million subs. How trustworthy is he? 5 million, I said. Yeah, 5 million. I said 5,000 then, didn't I? I'm only joking. He could be legit, but look, you can see some of the stuff that he believes, and total heliocentric and all that. So I just think, I don't know, does he believe this stuff? Is he just doing it because he's doing it? Being a
Yeah,
YouTuber.
yeah. He's a
Uh,
businessman.
is it exactly? There's the link anyway. Wide files. I'm going to sub just to see if we can get any good streams off of him. I'm going to sub. Why not? I mean, how many more subs could he need? There's his channel. That was his channel anyway. Sorry about that. Right. Sorry, I had to show it. Just like, am I going mad here?
That's funny, BJ. You can't let it go.
No, that's it. No, I have to find it. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Right.
Size 29 and these giant clothes that, like, I'm not making this part up. You can go see this. Like, why is there a sandal that's this size that are all found in the cave, and bones and red hair?
Red hair.
But and all that stuff has been sent back, and then it's just gone.
Well, that's true.
Managing a household, especially with kids, is
Jones and Joe Rogan do the same thing, don't they? They get into some truths, but when it comes to certain truths, they're like, well, we ain't touching that because we believe the mainstream for that, So, is he controlled up? I don't know. Does he seems like a nice enough guy, These topics are really cool. His channel's cool, but does that make him fully a man of the truth? Or
No,
does it make him a grifter? I don't know.
The Smithsonian's having a Herkle-Durkle with the remains of the giant bones right there on the Fuzzy Dizzle, or whatever you called it.
Shaggy dude.
Shaggy dude, yeah.
Shaggy dude. The Fuzzy Dizzle. No, a Fuzzy Dizzle is when a haggis goes out at the weekend with his cool jacket. That's his Fuzzy Dizzle.
no small feat.
Fuzzy Dizzle goes well with a kilt.
If you say, I don't
get
know.
it.
Never had one.
And that's why I've made sure my family has a plan in place if something unexpected ever happens. But what about you? Do you have a plan to help protect your family's financial future? Don't worry. Fabric by Gerber, made for busy parents like 10 minutes. Your fabric are all
on the TV. Jump ahead. It's there on the TV. It lets me jump it because I'm on premium. Here it's that jump.
Underwriting and health questions.
I just
as recently as just maybe like 20 years ago, at some point, someone discovered these giant coffins with lids on them, and they were sent to the Smithsonian.
Was there anything?
You wouldn't make giant coffins for a giant. All you do is just get a regular one and just cut the bottom off and let the feet hang out the bottom. So that's all.
What cut is
in the coffin?
Not that I'm aware of, but they were coffins, and they were big. And native cultures didn't do that. They didn't have coffins or bury their dead. At least none that I'm aware of. That was not part of their culture. So this was very strange. So those were sent to the Smithsonian, and then it kind of disappeared. But then not too long ago, someone picked up on the story and asked the Smithsonian about them. And they said, we do have record of receiving that, but we don't know where they are. And that was kind of the end of it. And then a few years later, someone else got involved. I think it was John Tierney. John Tierney really went after Smithsonian hard. He wrote a book about, like, Smithsonian is the greatest cover-up. So it might have been Tierney that he said, okay, I know that you said you received these. You can't find them. I need you to find them. And they said, okay, we found them. But they're in a warehouse it's got an asbestos problem. So no one could go in there. And he said, well, when can we go in there? And they said, about 10 years.
And it's funny, I mean, I know asbestos is got shit and crap in it and all that, but isn't it funny? But when there's alleged files out someplace or evidence someplace, when it comes to truth stuff, that there's always something stopping you getting there. Like, oh, you can get it, but just not right now because of the asbestos. Or you can get it, but there's lead in the paint and you can't go in that. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, there's always some reason, some excuse.
What a world.
What a world we live in.
that was really the last of it. So the Smithsonian gets wrapped up in all these weird conspiracies.
I mean, is his channel a piss take anyway? Because his goldfish is sitting there with a tinfoil hat on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is it taking the piss out of us, or is he just playing into it? You know?
No, I think he's just trying to deliver some entertainment.
Yeah, I think he is, because his channel is entertaining. I think that's what it is. I don't think he's a full truther. He's just probably interested in it, you know?
Yeah, in real life, he's probably a full-blown Jew.
Bro. What you like, bro?
The Akambaro statues, which is very controversial, which is like 3,000 artifacts that show humans riding dinosaurs. They show Asians, Africans, you know, races that shouldn't be around there.
We seem to be experimenting with technological defiances.
Sorry about that. My screen went funny. Everything went small. Like the studio just went into a small a rectangle. So I had to refresh, and it kicked me out when you refresh. Sorry about that. I'm back.
We remained calm, right?
Did you? You
Yeah,
didn't like lose your head.
We focused on our breathing.
Cool.
And
Did you join all the chakra points together and become euphoric and get it all the almighty power, enlightenment could just come into you? Yeah.
I had been practicing my chakras in my mind recently, and I think it did help.
Right. I see. Cool. Lovely.
And they're sent to Smithsonian. The Smithsonian said, yeah, these things are 30 years old. They're a hoax.
Make sure YouTube's getting audio, because I'm not, PJ.
You're not getting audio?
I might have to drop out and come.
Hold on, let me just check the YouTube site. I can hear you. I can hear you. Hold on a minute. I can hear you. I can hear you.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I just can't hear
me? What do you mean that? Yeah.
I can't hear I can't hear the video.
Oh, you can't hear the video, right? Let me check you. Right, okay. Let me just hold on. I don't know why. Let me just check.
Saying in chat, audio is 5x5, so it's just me. I'm gonna drop out and come back.
All right, cool. I was going to say cool. I'll wait for him to come back. So the video was working fine as well. Yeah. He said no. You're saying yeah, there are plenty of native tribes that bury the dead. I have multiple burial mounds. No, he said, I think he was on about they don't do coffins. He was on about because they didn't do coffins. He didn't say they didn't bury them. He was saying coffins. There was coffins there, but they didn't bury their people in coffins, which is probably right. Right, let's try the video, see if you can hear it now.
By other labs saying, no, these things are really, really old.
Can you hear it now?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Cool. I just did let you know the difference, man, because he did say that he didn't say they didn't bury them. He just says they didn't use coffins.
You're talking to me?
No, I'm talking to pushing buttons.
Oh,
remember he said something about the natives. They didn't bury their people in coffins.
Yeah, but that's the all or nothing fallacy, right? Like, how does he know that there were no Indians that had coffins?
No, of course.
They did the same thing earlier with the cities. The same thing the Smithsonian's doing. How do
Yeah,
they know that no Native Americans had cities? Like that
No,
doesn't
exactly.
make sense.
No, I get you. No, but Pushing Buttons thought he says that Pushing Buttons says there are plenty of native tribes that bury their dead. I have multiple burial mounds in my city.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
saying, yeah, I'm saying. I was just saying to Pushing Buttons that he didn't say that they don't bury their dead. He said they don't use coffins. You know.
Yeah, because he's claiming that this is a specific find of
Right.
these giants. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. I need to go get a drink. I don't want to miss any of it. Let me just put on a little bit of music while I go get a coffee. Because I don't want to miss any of it. All right. Where? What shall I put on? What shall I put on? Let's do a nice
Play some Albert King.
No, I can't play copyrighted music in here. I have to play music I've already got.
My bad.
Like maybe this one.
There are a group of people that absolutely and honestly believe the earth is flat. The earth is flat.
Now, one thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the earth. There's no place to go. That absolutely and honestly believe the earth is flat. The earth is flat. Now, one thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the earth. There's no place to go.
Was that nice for you? The earth is flat.
Yeah, it had a beat. I could dance to it.
Should I have left it on? I'm joking. Right, let's do this. It's only got 12 minutes left. 11 minutes.
It's like, nah, it's a hoax. And then as time goes on, all those other labs become discredited. Like, oh, their techniques weren't modern. And that's kind of where the Akambara has ended up, as far as I know. Because no, I don't know if anyone really cares enough to follow up on stuff like that. I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to know, like, what do you have down there? I think they have almost 1 billion artifacts that we can't see. And I just want to know what they are.
You're talking about the Vatican.
So all those giant bones that were found, okay, I'm sure 99% of them are hoaxes. And maybe there's a 0.5% that were mastodon
I wouldn't
bones.
say 99% were hoaxes, would you? There's been some hoaxes, yeah, but not 99% of them are hoaxes. Surely not.
No, I don't think so.
No, that's a bit over.
That doesn't make sense. 99% of maybe he thinks one is the missing link. I don't know.
Yeah, right. But no, it's certainly not 99%.
Bones that were misidentified. But what happened in Lovelock Cave? We know stuff was in there because there was a tribal leader, a woman who became kind of a famous author. She had red hair woven into like some of her traditional garb, and she said it's from the Lovelock Giants. Like, where did she get that red hair? So I'm not saying it's real. I'm just saying I would like to know what's the chain of custody there. So there's just a lot of those.
I mean, this all came from biblical stuff, though, correct?
Yeah. So the biblical giants, you don't see much of them in the canonical Bible. The Nephilim are mentioned once, and I could talk about them a little bit. But we learn more about giants when the Book of Enoch is discovered.
Yeah, and Scripture still talks about giants. Doesn't go into mad detail, but it certainly speaks of giants.
It does. King Og, and then you got Goliath and his brothers. Yeah.
Goliath, yeah, it speaks about it more than that what you're making out. It certainly does speak more on it. The canonical Bible too. Not just Enoch. I'm just talking about, because Enoch's not canonical. But yeah, the canonical Bible, the books in there, it does speak about giants more than he's letting on.
The Book of Enoch was discovered when, like, an adventurer, I forget when it was, maybe 18th century, was looking for the source of the Nile River, which was kind of a big deal at the time. And he found it. And it was somewhere in Ethiopia. And he gets to know the locals there, and they're Ethiopian Jews that have been there for 3,000 years. So he's friendly with them. They take him up to their, whatever you call it, their church, and he sees this giant book. What's like a giant book? What's that? He said, that's the Bible. He said, oh, it's a Bible. They said, no, that's the Bible. When the King James Bible, I don't know how many books it is, like 66 or something like that, where this had...
Oh, exactly 66, bro. Exactly 66. 39 in the old, 27 in the new.
Over 100 books. And in there were Book of Enoch, the Book of Giants, all this other stuff. So you have Genesis that starts...
Got it, lying over there.
Basically, let there be light. But in this expanded Bible, you have all this stuff that happened before then. So we know a little bit about Moses from the Bible, but if you read these other books, you learn all about Moses.
Yeah, you learn a bit more, but they're not all like, you've got to be careful with them, because all the extra biblical books, not all of them are real. Not all of them are true. They might be based on something. They might have some truths in them, but not all of them are all about the truth. Sorry, are you saying something, Matthew?
Well, there's nothing that I can glean, like the information in those books, like Enoch and what's the one I'm thinking of, Joshua, or is it Joshua?
Jasper.
Something like, I forget. Anyway, there's nothing, like, there's cool stories in there and you can relate them to the stories in the Bible.
Yeah.
But you don't gain any new revelation from these books, bro, that you can't already know from reading the Bible.
I mean, apart from going into a bit more on the Nephilim, not that you needed to know that information to have your relationship with Christ. You didn't need that information. Yes, it goes in a little bit more detail, but that you didn't need that for your relationship with Christ. You didn't need that for salvation. You don't need it for doctrine. It's just extra information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moses and Enoch and Methuselah, and these men are all related, and going back this like 10 or 12.
They came from Adam and Eve, so yeah, we're all related to some degree now. I know tribes and all that end up going away, but you take it back down to the base, You know, we've all got the same DNA as Adam had. Well, there's bits in there from Adam. We all come from Adam. That's what I mean. Anyway.
I'm trying to be a real son of Abraham.
Oh well, that is well, absolutely. But we come from originally we come from Adam, don't we?
Yeah, and then Noah.
And then yes, then Noah. Yeah, absolutely.
12 generations from Adam it's all in there. And this kind of ties in with the pseudo archaeology and how mainstream wants you to stay in your lane. So this book is discovered, and they've had this for thousands of years. There's the story of the Queen of Sheba. There's only a little bit about her in the main Bible, but this expanded Bible has the Queen of Sheba going up to meet King Solomon, and she's fascinated by him, and they fall in love, and she gives him a child named Menelik, and that ties into the Ark of the Covenant.
I mean, that could be possible, but doesn't it say that Solomon had like what was it, 300 wives and 700 concubines? So Queen of Sheba might well have been one of his wives, one of his concubines. I don't know. It's a possibility.
Could have been, man. I think she's in the Bible though, Queen of Sheba.
Yeah, she is. She is in the Bible, but not much is said. He said that. He did say that. You know?
In the New Testament, there's like a reference there. It's related to the Queen of Sheba. I think it's Philip, and he chases down that Ethiopian eunuch's chariot, and the eunuch is reading out of the book of Isaiah, and I can't remember exactly what prophecy. And Philip asked, "Do you know what you read?" And he said, "How can I know unless someone teach me? I have a teacher to teach me." You know. And then Philip took him through that prophecy, how it related to the Lord Jesus Christ. And then the eunuch was like, well, there's water. What prevents me from being baptized?
Right.
I bring that all up because, yes, Ethiopia is an ancient Christian culture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I mean, look, they've got more of a Bible than we have. They've got 88, haven't they? 88 books?
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And all that stuff. So we have that one story, but it's kind of an outlier. It's Ethiopian Jews, which is kind of strange, but legitimate. But then much later, the Dead Sea Scrolls are found, and then among the thousands of parchment there's the Book of Enoch, copies and copies of it, and the Book of Giants.
But there's a lot of people who tell you the Dead Sea Scrolls are fraud, they're fake, they were made up. A lot of people tell you that. I don't think so.
So the story is that there's these sky gods. And this story, for people who know it, is going to track exactly with the Anunnaki. It's going to track right with it. This Bible story is going to track right with it. So you've got these sky gods, and they send watchers down to Earth. And their job is to shepherd and guide humans, teach them animal husbandry and agriculture and all that stuff. But the watchers become corrupt and fascinated with human women. And Hecklefish says, oh, that's not going to end well. And it didn't.
The Anunnaki come from Mesopotamian myths, don't they?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Yeah, that's where where does that come from?
Yeah, it's let me just get that up.
Yeah, he's like trying to act like Anunnakis comes from the Bible, but it doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They don't come from the Bible at all. Right, okay. The Anunnaki are a group of deities in ancient Mesopotamian mythology, Sumerian, Akkadian, Assyrian, and Babylonian, regarded as the supreme pantheon, often described as children of the sky gods. There you go, and goddesses, so not of Bible. They were believed to those, and to send the watchers. Why would they send the watchers? Watchers were angels themselves. I don't think anybody sends an angel except God. You know, I know the watchers turned into not good angels in the end, but yeah, I think that God sends angels, not Anunnaki. Because he was saying the Anunnaki sent them, didn't he? Or
he's saying the Anunnaki are the watchers in the book of
Eden. He's saying the Anunnaki are the watchers.
Yes.
Because
So
that's what he says. The Anunnaki sent the Watchers.
he's like,
The Watchers are the people. The Watchers are the ones that came to the women, aren't they?
yes.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, so so what did he said it again? Like, let me just see what he said.
He threw
But the Watchers become corrupt and fascinated with.
Sorry for the back.
He's a half price discount Billy Carson.
You got these sky gods, and they send Watchers down to Earth.
See, they send the Watchers down to Earth. The sky gods, who are the Anunnaki. So they send the Watchers. I think the Watchers sent themselves.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, no idea.
And their job is to shepherd and guide humans, teach them animal husbandry.
Well, the Watchers certainly did stuff like that, but yeah, I don't think it was to help them. I think it was to make chaos, in the end, because it does say about weaponry and that and extra biblical stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, teach all the Jezebels how to paint their eyes.
Right. Makeup and that, it does, yeah.
And agriculture and all that stuff. But the Watchers become corrupt and fascinated with human women. And Hecklefish says, oh, that's not going to end well.
True, but weren't they already corrupt? Weren't they already corrupt? Weren't they, believing the likes of Satan, And, there were some angels that had free will. Some angels didn't.
And it didn't. So the Watchers, who are probably angels, they interbreed with humans, and then their offspring are the Nephilim. And
probably. Well, what else would there be? What else would the Watchers be except an angel?
Anunnaki?
Nephilim are the
Anunnaki, yeah. And then some people say the Anunnaki are aliens, don't they?
Yes. They call them gods too.
Right. Sky gods.
They're giants. In some books, they're 350 feet tall. They're vicious. They're violent.
There was Titans, wasn't there? They might be the 350 feet tall ones.
Yeah, the Titans, the men of renown, men of old.
Yeah.
Hercules.
Hold on. So, like Titans, where would they have come from? Would they have come from the Watchers?
They would have come from the union between. That's like the Nephilim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it would have been because of the Watchers, then the Nephilim came, then you would have the Titans or something. Is that what we're saying?
They're the descendants of this union between the daughters of man and the sons of God.
Yeah, the Titans are.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same as the Nephilim. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So there could have been things that tall.
Yeah, dude, truth is stranger than fiction. I don't know,
I mean, we don't know how tall we were back then.
No, we don't.
We don't know how tall we were back then. Definitely not.
If a mosquito hawk can go from a few inches across to feet,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The whole world washed away. That whole world literally washed away. So we don't.
And especially after the flood, before the flood. I mean, we don't know how the conditions were before the flood, before all this water came in,
Yeah.
Things might have been, we just don't know. We might have been taller. I know, like, what we're talking about, the Nephilim, and they're coming to meet women, and, that's after the flood. No, hold on. That was before the flood, of course. What am I talking about? That was before the flood.
Yep.
That's partly the reason why the flood came. What am I talking about? Of course.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely back then we could have been definitely taller. Not as big as the Nephilim, not as big as the giants, obviously, but we could have been taller. Like I don't know, the Watchers came down and were seeing that the women were beautiful, but they might have seen that the women were 15, 20 feet tall as well.
Yeah, you don't know.
Exactly. I mean, we just don't.
They're cannibals, and these are the the unholy offspring of the angels and humans.
Is it angels and humans or demons and humans?
No, the demons come from the death of those Nephilim, the offspring. Let's see if you said. Let's go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I think that's where the demons come from. They were never supposed to exist in the first place.
No,
and
of course.
Always roaming the earth.
That's right, because they got nowhere to go. They weren't meant to be here. Right, let's see if he knows what that is. Let's see if he knows about what they are.
Angels and humans.
Is it angels and humans or demons and humans?
In the earlier books, what's the difference? I don't think.
No, you see, the demons came from that offspring, from the death of that offspring because of the flood. That's where the demons come from, But I used to think fallen angels were the demons, but no, you just think angels are always angels, aren't they? It's simple as that. They're never demons. Demons are due to this unholy matrimony. You know what I mean?
A Frankenstein of sorts.
Right.
The books really take a stance. Because the Watchers are there with good intentions.
Really?
But, I think there's lessons in all of that anyone could be corrupted.
The Watchers were there with good intentions. What, to hump the human women? That's not a good intention, is it?
It was to kill the Messiah before he ever showed up. He was to kill the promised son of Eve.
There you go. To try and breed them out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Certainly Persian women are pretty enough. So the giants now they're ravaging the world, and they're just making a mess of things. And that's when God decides that's the
Nephilim that are doing that. I mean, the giants might be a little bit smaller than the Nephilim. They might be doing some of the same stuff, but like some Goliath and that, he was like a warrior, wasn't he? Sort of thing. So I would try and make the different definition between the giants and Nephilim. You know what I mean? I know they are giants, but I think there's a difference between the Nephilim themselves and then just a giant.
Dude,
a giant might have just looked like us, but a lot bigger. A Nephilim would be giant and all twisted up with a big old humpback and a big muscular right side, skinny left side. That type of thing.
Maybe, yeah. Or you had things in history like, all these cultures reporting satyrs, half man, half donkey and horse.
Right.
Like, Egyptians with the eagle god, he's got the eagle head, the man of the box, and all this stuff.
Maybe that comes from the Nephilim, from the unholy union,
Weird.
And we see these things as mythological creatures. Maybe that's because they've just been forgotten. As the real creatures.
Or they washed away in the flood.
They washed away in the flood.
Stop. It's good. We got to start over. And then he wipes it away with the flood. But the book of Enoch expands on all of that and has Enoch going up to heaven to speak to God. And that's heresy to say, because heaven's not supposed to be a place. Like, mortal man can't go to heaven. It certainly can't come back, but Enoch did.
Well, God could take you there. Because even in the Bible, Enoch was taken.
He just contradicted himself. He said heaven's not a physical place. It's not a place, but no one could go there and come back. But Enoch did.
Enoch did.
What do you?
Yeah.
Enoch. If Enoch was a physical person, like a human, right? And men have to be in places. Like, you can't have a body and not occupy space.
Exactly. But he's saying that heaven's not a physical place. Really? Well, how come heaven comes to earth?
How can Enoch go to heaven if it's not a place?
Exactly. It's got to be a place. I mean, look, in the end, does heaven not come to earth? A new earth?
It sets down on earth.
Right. So is earth a physical place?
Yes.
So how can a non-physical sit on a physical? You know what I mean, isn't it?
Dude, before it comes down, it's measured. The dimensions are given in the book of Revelation. It's like
Right.
1,500 miles cubed.
There you go. There you go.
How can it have physical dimensions if it's not physical?
That's right. So I know we go on about like it's this kind of spirit place and all that, but we don't know what that looks like. We don't know if that's physical or not. It might be a different type of physical, but it's got to be physical because heaven comes to new earth.
Yeah,
Earth is physical. Yeah.
and men are resurrected in physical bodies.
The new physical bodies. Yes.
Yeah.
And can't we enter heaven in that physical body? I'm sure we can.
We have to. Jesus did in his physical body, his physically resurrected.
Well, he is. That's where he is right now in his physical resurrected body.
Yeah, preparing a place for you.
Right. So heaven has to be some kind of physical thing.
It has to be.
Right. We can't see it because it's veiled somehow. Maybe because we can't see it because it's there. You know what I mean? And there's a dome between us.
It's up, man. It's up there.
Yeah, we sometimes get too much into the ethereal.
We do. Yeah.
You know?
Christians do that to their own detriment, I think. No one talks about this enough.
Right. Right. What actually is heaven? Are you talking about this little fantasy place that only like spirits and woos?
Yeah.
No. It doesn't seem like that to me when you actually read what scripture says. You know,
Right.
It doesn't seem like that to me.
Right.
And he was specifically taken there. I think he was taken there by Uriel and taken up there in a chariot of fire. And then Enoch is walking around heaven, but he's describing a place where he's seeing tall beings of light going about their business.
Right.
And the walls are covered with how he describes as emeralds that are just blinking lights on and off.
Well, that sounds physical to me. An emerald's physical.
Yeah.
And
you know what I mean?
He talks about how he can see all of the earth, and he describes how he can see how the winds are made, and I can see every lake and river on the earth. And when you think of heaven, you think of clouds in the sky, but Enoch said that there's a roof, there's a ceiling, and everything is shiny. And what it sounds like,
a roof and a ceiling, and it's physical, isn't it?
At least the roof and the ceiling is.
Even heaven has containment. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. It does, man.
That's how God made it. So God made it. Did he make heaven? He's got to have.
You know how PJ, I'll segue to a down, right? Everybody wants to reference down. Why do things go down, or what establishes a down? The only thing that makes sense, right, in my head when I try to answer this question, heaven above establishes a down.
Yes, because that's at the top.
Yeah,
you can't go any higher than that.
It's heaven above that establishes. Right. I mean, where do you think you are?
Exactly, and that's the thing. And where they think we are is some kind of fantastical place, science fictional place that was made up in people's minds. And then when electrical devices came around and it could be shown pictures on telly, books first, then sound records, things like that, then pictures on telly. As soon as people could put some of their fantastical ideas down onto something and show other people then are then influenced by them fantastical ideas, and now we have the internet. Gets around a lot quicker. So yeah, absolutely, man. I agree.
Describing is a spacecraft. If you read the book, if you read the book through a modern lens.
Yeah.
Enoch is describing a spacecraft.
He's
Right.
lost.
Okay, whatever. Oh man. What did you say there, Matthew?
I said he's lost in space.
He's lost in space, yeah.
Like this guy is on a UFO. Is where Enoch is.
Oh my
So
goodness. So the
he's up there.
Anunnaki are aliens and we descend from aliens. Yes, I got it, obviously. So Jesus is the descendant of an alien. I know. Adam and Eve were the first aliens. We get it.
there and they take him all around the cosmos, and this is all in the book. He describes the solar system, and he's told the Earth goes around the sun.
The solar system. He describes the solar system, does he? Describe no. That's you putting that into it. You know, you can only put the solar system. You can only it can only be describing the solar system if that's what you read into it. There's no. He's not describing the solar system. He's describing the cosmology, not the solar system.
He's coming off a little Roman Catholic.
Yeah, cosmology he's describing, you know, God's cosmology, you know, not solar system. That goes, well, that comes from heliocentrism.
That comes from his priest, George Lemaitre.
Right. Wow.
164 days, which we weren't supposed to know any of that then in the book of Enoch. And then he's given a directive from God to go take this message down to the Nephilim and the Watchers that, you know, if you don't get your shit together, it's going to get bad down here. And they ignore the order, and that's when the flood comes.
That's right.
And then only one man is chosen to survive the flood, and that's Enoch's grandson, and that's Noah.
That's right.
And that's where the Noah's Ark story comes from. But it tracks pretty closely with the Anunnaki story and the Cataclysm. And it tracks a little bit with the Epic of Gilgamesh and Utnapishtim and the flood there, and a lot of these other stories.
There's a lot of flood stories. Like I say, there has to be an original. There has to be, doesn't there?
Wow.
And it's not just the flood stories; it's also the names of the stars, dude. They're
right.
They all have the same meanings across cultures. Because all cultures have the sky in common. And the Bible says that it was God that named the stars. He numbered and named them. He talks about Orion and the Pleiades in the Bible, right? And so it would make sense that the reason why the stars have the same meanings across cultures is because it came from one source.
Right.
Much like the flood story.
Right. Like I say, there's got to be, if there's many stories, similar stories of the same type of thing, then there's got to be an original. There's got to be where it stemmed from, you know?
That's fascinating.
I think so.
Didn't the Smithsonian cover up Adam and Eve or something?
Are you talking about the Adam and Eve book?
Yes.
Oh, that's
yeah. I'm not sure about the Adam and Eve book. Like, I'm not sure about that at all. Not sure about that one.
Did you read that one?
I haven't, but I've heard about it.
I read it.
Have you read it? And what do you think?
They got this rod. When Adam is kicked out of the garden, it says that God gave him a rod that glows. It like glows in the dark, and I guess it has, I don't know, it has some type of power or whatever. But I thought that was kind of interesting.
So Adam and Eve is not Adam and Eve hasn't got Lilith in it, no?
No, that comes from, where does that come from? Lilith. That was stories.
That's his second wife. Yeah, his second wife, Lilith.
Yeah, Adam's I think that come from Jews. I don't know if it was.
No, his first wife. Sorry, Eve is meant to be his second wife in the Lilith story. Lilith is meant to be his first wife, and she wouldn't lay beneath him. You know, rod passed down to Joseph. Right.
I don't know if that would originally came out of like Assyria or Babylon with the Jews, but that comes from like old Jewish like almost like witchcraft stories.
Well, yeah, the Adam and Eve story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Like, I'll read it when I can. But
well, I mean the Lilith thing.
Oh, the Lilith. Yeah. Oh, certainly. So what about the Adam and Eve one? Do you think it's credible?
No, it's
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I think it was written in dude, I forget the historical date, but you could look up the date, but like what it's, and you can know that it's not.
It's not biblical. It
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't gel, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to give it a go. We did a video, and I've actually got there about the Thomas infancy story. What's it called again?
The book of
Infancy
Gospel.
Yeah, I can't remember how it's just put. The Thomas, the infancy gospel.
Yeah.
Thomas, the infancy gospel, not like the Thomas
Right.
itself, but yeah, we had a video on that. So I got the infancy gospel here somewhere, and I need to. I'm going to go through it at some point. I was actually going to do a stream and just read it. Here it is. Got it here. The infancy gospel of Thomas. Let's hold on. Let's do that. Yeah, and it's got we did a video on it. So we've actually got the full infancy gospel of Thomas here. So we was going to do it as a stream one day and just read it out. You know what I mean? And it's so garbage. You know, the crap that they talk about in it. So we was going to go for it one day. You know, I'll go through it because it's not too big. It's not too big. That's it. You know, 7 pages. You know what I mean?
You remember that chick, Anne, what was her name? Anne Rice or Anne Rand, maybe? She wrote she was a writer. She wrote, I think, like The Interview with a Vampire and shit like that.
Anne Rice did. No. Yes, Anne Rice did. Right, Interview with a Vampire, yeah.
She used the infancy of Thomas or the infancy gospel of Thomas for her writings because she wrote a book this years ago, and she used that infancy book for some of her evidence. It was silly.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, the infancy gospel is terrible. You know, it has Jesus as a little shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Killing kids and stuff. You know, what the heck? Making babies and the birds out of clay and flying them away and all that. Yeah, we'll have to do it. We'll have to have a look at it.
That even the Quran, dude, because the Quran says that Jesus made clay birds and breathed life into them. And
that's sorry, that's not in the Thomas Gospel. That's in that. Yeah, sorry, I got mixed up with that. But yeah, no, Jesus kills a kid in it and all that. You know, there's a load of garbage in it. We'll have to go through it though. We was going to do a stream out about it, but I forgot about it. Now I'm reminded. We can do that one day. We're just got to go through the infancy gospel and see what it says. Should do that with all the heretical gospels, you know.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Right, let's get this finished and go and watch Jacob's Ladder.
That's a different one. That's so that's a book. It was released in 1966 by Dr. Chan Thomas, and it's called The Story of Adam and Eve. And that story title sounds cute until you read it and you realize he's talking about really Adam and Eve. And the story is it's this 278-page manuscript that is classified by the CIA, and they've removed 200 pages. There's only like 50 or 60 pages left, and half of those are blank. And the CIA says it's been sanitized. And the reason that the CIA was so interested in the book of Adam and Eve is because it describes the end of the world. And Dr. Thomas in the book talks about pole shifts and what happens when the poles shift. Something happens to the inner core of the Earth. Our electrical field gets thrown off.
The inner core? You show me where there's a core in the Earth. Show me how you know there's a core if the people have only drilled just less than 8 miles down. How do you know there's a core? And core would imply we live in a sphere.
Yeah. He's definitely a space monkey, and he's gay.
He's definitely a space monkey.
That happens, the pole shift, and it's something that happens over and over and over again. And his pole shift is a 90-degree shift. So Antarctica goes to the equator, and the equator goes down south. Like it's
Really? That happens, does it? That really happens. Where did you get this from? Sci-fi stories, something.
Yeah, his spirit, that's his mantra. He's just chanting.
Yeah, it's weird. Like we just flip about all over the place, you know. The
Yeah.
earth just flips about all over the place, as well as spinning and flying and zooming and corkscrewing, you know, as well as all that, as well as all the movement on the earth. We have movement on the earth while moving all over the place, you know. But yet I don't see the waves going whoosh right up into the sky, you know. They seem to come towards the beach. They don't go whooshing off into the sky and then whooshing off. Yeah.
Just the fact that we're breathing.
Right. The fact that they were breathing, you know, there has to be containment. Like for gas to exist, there has to be containment. For it even to exist. How can you have gas without a containment?
You can't even have an ocean without gas pressure.
Right. Right.
It's violent. And as it's shifting, the atmosphere continues to rotate, you know, west to east. So that just, he describes in the book just.
Hold on.
Atmosphere.
The air rotates. You know, the air just flips around. Like, you know what? Like it's all stuck together or something. Like what? So the earth, it's not just the earth flips around, you know, whoosh all over the place, but the air flips around with it. You know, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
He's really confident. Funny thing.
They believe these weird stories, man. What the hell is wrong with them? I thought they were trying to get to the truth.
Walls of water and this wind and debris just tearing across everything. Cities are reduced to waste. He says New York, Boston, Chicago, LA are nothing but memories. New York is at the bottom of the sea.
What is he talking?
And
what? Where did it say this? Is this like a film he watched the night before? He's talking about some kind of science fiction film with them. I don't know. With all these science fiction buddies.
2026. The core remembers.
It's all about the Earth's core this year, guys. It's going to flip. It's going to flip. Be careful, man. As soon as it flips, you'll be standing on your head. It'll just flip, and you guys will just turn from being on your feet, whoosh, right upside down on your heads. Telling you.
Antarctica is at the equator and becomes, you know, like a tropical land. And the story is the CIA wanted this suppressed because it would cause chaos and all of that.
Well, no, the story.
And that was a story that was recommended that I cover. And it was one that I got a lot of people angry at me because I debunked all of it. I debunked the whole thing. That it was never 287 pages or whatever. It was just 50, 60 pages. And it was never classified. What happened was, and they said Chan Thomas was a fake name, but it's not. His name is Dr. Chauncey Powers. Chauncey Powers Thomas. And the book was never classified. What happened was he was an engineer at McDonnell Douglas working on anti-gravity and missile guidance and
what? Anti-gravity? Right, you're working on anti-gravity, you're going to be working for a lifetime. How can you work on how can you work on the opposite of something that doesn't exist? You know, you show me gravity before you show me anti-gravity.
Dude, I'm inspired. I want to write a short story about when the core of the earth flips and people in Texas, what happens is everyone's expecting like this great catastrophe, but really all that happens is people in Texas start talking with an Australian accent. So
the Chinese are all talking like Scotsmen.
Yeah.
That's just like a new age, a new age Babel, a new age Babel, a new version of Babel.
It would be chaos everywhere.
Oh, wow. Wow. Great. That's great.
Some weird stuff like that. And his coworkers said he's very intelligent, but just kind of eccentric. And what I believe happened, because I found the CIA file on him, is they've got the book, but there's also like People magazine, and there's a shopping list, and there's these like random documents. And I think it was just, he's working on this like top secret stuff. He's wacky. They probably had just an officer just keeping an eye on him.
No matter where you're watching Sean Ryan show from, if you get anything out of it.
Yeah, I got plenty of it.
All right.
I got plenty out of it.
Oh,
Right,
drop out and come back.
Say again. Oh, he's off. Right. Okay. Cool. Wow. He just, all right. Off. Come back. Right. I'll play out with Harry Mack, guys. We'll make a coffee. And we'll get over to watch the film over on Rumble. Just one film tonight. That's all. It's not even a movie night. I just decided to do it for no reason, you know. I don't even usually stream on a Monday, but, you know, I will. I just decided, and I streamed earlier today as well. I just decided to do it for the sake of it. And it's fight night tomorrow. I've already got one fight, we need another one, and I've already got a movie, so we'll just need one more fight and a topic. But here we go. Harry Mack in the house, and then we'll get over to Rumble and watch Jacob's Ladder 1990. It's a great film. Mad film. Great. Let's do it. Harry Mack in the house.
How are you guys doing today? Great. Dope, man. My name is Harry Mack. I'm a freestyle rapper.
Yeah, I know you.
Oh, no way. What's up, man? How you guys doing? Hell yeah.
You said that so nonchalantly.
Well, you know, I don't want to assume. But could I do a freestyle for you guys?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. So could each of you give me like a creative, challenging word to inspire my freestyle? Cotton ball? I love it.
Listen,
yes.
Also, I work in the music industry, so blow my mind right now.
Hell yes. Okay, I'll do my best. Cotton ball?
Mystically.
Mystically. I like that. The adverb. Yes, mystically.
I'm gonna go with Squidward.
Squidward. Yes. Cotton ball, mystically, and Squidward. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Okay.
Can we just start busting it wide open?
Yes, please. That's what we need. Oh, yes. Okay. Hey, rappers think they on my level, they don't rock it all. When I spit my lyrics, I ain't soft at all. I'm the CEO, I'm about to boss on y'all. All my competition softer than a cotton ball. Hey, Snack, I'm getting busy. Check how I incorporate. When it come to lyrics off the top, they know I'm more than great. Soft like a cotton ball for sure, that bar was dope. But honestly, my competition's softer than your coat. It's Sage, man. Y'all know I spit and then I stir. Your mental up is cold out, so you had to rock the fur. Yeah, it's Sage Mac, all these lyrics about to damage you. I dig the fur, cause lyrically Harry is an animal. I'm about to break it down, cause I'm too rare. My lyrics standing out like homie with the blue hair. Hey yo, I make it know, y'all know I make it felt. And when I'm on this beat, I'm about to make it melt. Y'all know I'm doing great when I create, and I ain't never seen sunglasses this particular shape. That's incredible. Y'all know I break it down with my art. I just recognize this is 6 fucking hearts. Beautiful. Y'all know we about to rise above. When push comes to shove, I'm doing it for the love. And people recognize that I'm the dopest cause I'm fresh. I'm revealing my heart like I opened up my chest. I'm about to put it down for y'all with passionate raps. Speaking of hair, the blue right there is matching your cap. Yeah, Harry Mack, I win it anytime I'm in the battle. They feel me from Colorado, way up there in Seattle. Yo, anywhere we at, we break it down with the freshness. Ain't another rapper in the game who could test this. I'ma make you pivot, G. There's no way to get rid of me, cause every time I spit it free, they know I do it mystically. It's Sage Mac, man. I came to rip the flow. I spit it, bro. I'm different though. I'm mystical. Come get with it. Y'all know we gon' smash ya. Mystical vibe. I make them back that ass up. It's back. I be on it on a whole nother plane. Flowing insane. When I'm in the street throwing out flames, I'ma show them how it could be, how it truly should be. Told you it's cold. You need the fur or gray hoodie. Something to keep you warm every time I perform. From the internal, y'all know I'm a hit with the storm. Yeah, H Mac animated when he spits a big verse. Wait, I'm animated. Something like Squidward. Yeah, I'ma bring a thundery free. I got depth, kicking lyrics deep under the sea. Y'all know they soak it up like SpongeBob. I stand at the edge of the cliff, then I'm about to plunge, dog. I'm just out here giving you love. From the brown boots to the tan sneakers to the Uggs. Either way, y'all know I'ma call out the kicks. When it comes to lyrics, they know that that I'm always the shit. I compose my lyrics instantly, rolling like the infantry. She was like, you know I work within the music industry. I was like, no doubt, now I don't have to guess. Well, hopefully this freestyle will leave you impressed. Yeah, I'ma break it down for my folks and let them know it. Henry Mack is the flow smith, I got him overdosing. I hope this moment is one y'all can enjoy. And if you rockin' with it, go ahead and make noise. Let's go.
Yo, let's go. Right, let's go with Rumble. Let's go over to the Rumble side. Let's do it. I'll do a song while people get there. And while I make my coffee and my jointy thing. With my monkey papers. I just got these papers today, man. Monkey King, they're called.
Monkey King, all right.
Monkey King with it. And it's got the roaches and everything, bro.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Psychedelic roaches, man. That's freaky.
Perfect.
Indeed, Jono. Indeed, bro. Indeed. Right, let's get over that. Here the sunset's free. It's free.
Indeed.
Indeed. Ta-da.